Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. It is, I love to stick my finger in my ear. I'm not really sure what that's all about, but it's real. So, good morning, my beautiful people out there in crazy land. Today, I'm preparing to go to San Francisco, and soon, uh, we will be having a party at Folsom Street. And guess what's really cool? We're releasing new products. Perfect Fit. Good morning, Philip. We're releasing new products in Folsom. Uh, Two new trans male products, which is really awesome. Good morning, Ty. How are you doing, my friend? It's nice to see you. Um, I was talking about I'm going to be in San Francisco tomorrow through the weekend for Folsom Street. If any of you have ever been to Folsom Street or know what Folsom Street, it's super awesome. And I'll be at the Perfect Fit booth. I'm throwing a party on Folsom and Ninth. You should come to it. Is anybody who's joining us right now going to be there? So, good morning, everybody. Jamie, Stacy, Sean. Good morning, my friend. Good morning, Philip and Adamus. Good morning. Does everybody have their coffee? I have. Watch this. Don't you miss the foam? Come to Folsom. It's going to be amazing. Good morning, Jesse and Sean and Mandy. Um, Also, we're streaming on YouTube if you want to go over there too, but it seems like everyone really likes Facebook better. I'm sorry, YouTube. YouTube, you're going to have to figure out how to make the chat room stay after we leave because that's why everybody likes foam. Hi, Jamie. Anybody have their going to come back in Eugene? Eugene? Oh, I'll be in Eugene again soon. Good morning, Mike. So, good morning, Charlie. Nice to see you. You're not stuck at work. You're at work. You're not stuck at work. You're at work. Remember that. That's negative, right? Waiting on gravity, man. Right on. Good afternoon, Lou. Good morning, Leah. Nice to see you. So, we are going to talk about something. Good morning, Michael. That I really think we should talk about because I just keep hearing so many things. But let's have a coffee. I have been seeing so much more divide between the generational transgender community every single day. And it's shocking. And it's not okay. I don't want to have this divide between the younger generation and the older generation. Uh, Ty says, I'm coming to Palm Springs November 20th. Oh, I'll totally come, Ty. I'll totally come. If I'm here, if I'm not out, I will totally come. And my parents live in Palm Springs. I will totally come and meet you, my friend. How cool. That's awesome. Yeah, Ty is on YouTube. Mike, for anyone in or near Denver, this is a DAT repeal celebration. Right on. Actually, I'll be in Telluride, Colorado, January speaking. So, listen, why? Good morning, Katie. Why is this huge divide between the generations in our transgender community? Why? Good morning, Carrie. It's nice to see you. You can meet me anytime, Jamie. Listen, why is there becoming a bigger divide daily between my generation, old man, and the older generation? I mean, I'm the older generation and the younger generation. Why? I just got news. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, I just got news. It just came down. Do you want to know what the news is? It's good news. Good morning from Canada. I just saw the little thing drop down. My film has been accepted into the Hump Film Festival again. Again. The Dan Savage Hump Film Festival. My transgender below job film, Blown, was already accepted last 2 years ago. And it just blew everybody's mind because it's a straight audience. Here's why it's a big deal. Let me tell you. It's a straight audience of people. Dan Savage's film festival, Hump. Totally straight. Not gay. I mean, there are some gays, but it's really straight. Even the films that are So the fact that this is the second time we have had a transgender man film in the film fest, actually the only trans film in the film festival that time I was in it. I hope there's more this time, but we got accepted, you guys. My film called Dark Room, which is a film I did with this amazing French porn guy from Japan. He's French. I'm not going to tell you anymore, but we did a 5-minute, really awesome, sexy film, and it got accepted. Good day. Good day. It's awesome. Okay, so let's move back to what we want. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so great, you guys, because we get visibility through that film festival. It travels all across the United States, and we get such visibility from that film festival because first, Dan Savage is very huge, so he sells out in all of them, number one. Number two, people's eyes get put on our bodies in these festivals. I'll never forget people writing me and telling me, oh my God, I didn't even know that that's how your body looked and that's how it worked sexually. Thank you so much, because nobody will answer those questions. Nobody will answer the questions about our transgender bodies. Why? Why can we not talk about our fucking pussies, our dicks, our assholes, our vaginas, our tits, or whatever the fuck we have? Why can't we talk about our bodies like everybody else? Why are there people in our community who shut us down when we talk about our vaginas, or shut us down when I say I like to get fucked, or shut us down when we like to talk about sex? It's dangerous. It's dangerous behavior. We must talk about that. Hold on, I'm screaming about my pussy and my dick and like my doors open. The neighbors were just walking in, they're like, huh? I forget, I get so like crazy. And my pussy and my dick. Whatever. They already know that I'm a fucking weirdo. But anyways, listen, kids. Listen. What? It's so funny. My ex is named Buck, so the name is awkward. There's not very many Bucks in the world, so that's kind of interesting. It's why I picked the name Buck. Listen, Tracy says, I love your openness. You tell it like it is, babe. Yes, because I'm talking to you out there. I know you like sex. I know you like your body. I don't understand why we continue to shame each other in this community about talking about sex, about wanting to have sex with your vagina, about wanting to use your penis, about wanting to just talk about wanting to have sex. That's why it is important for me to continue to put movies in film festivals that we are not represented in. And Hump Film Festival, no one ever submits from the trans world. So submitting to a festival that reaches a very specific audience, they get to see our bodies. I don't give a fuck out there if you don't want people to talk about our bodies. I do. I want to talk about my body. I want everybody to talk about our bodies. I want people to see our bodies. I want people to understand that our bodies, when we show our bodies more and more, guess what happens? Guess what happens? I'm already on my second cup of coffee. That's why I'm like, guess what happens? We, in a sense, normalize. I know that's not the best word in the world, but listen to me. Until I can figure out a better word, I'm going to use normal. We normalize our bodies when we put images of our bodies out there in the world. Why do you think people like me? Why do you think the cisgender world is the most of the people that follow me are cisgender? Because I am open to you. I am open to talking to you, to having dialogue with you, to talking about my body with you, to showing you. You want to see my vagina? Do you want to see my vagina? I'm going to show you my vagina. And then what you're going to say is, oh, wow, that's really what your vagina looks like? I'm really not going to show you my vagina because we'll get kicked off here. But I'll show you my vagina in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Just Google me. But kids, we must stop shaming each other around our bodies. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Sean says, grew up afraid of my body for fears out of our community as much as from the cis world. You, Buck, helped me introduce to being okay with my body. Yes! In our own world we do it. Stacy says, after the B Cup chat, join our group. Yes, please join the group, kids. We must get everybody into our community group because these kind of discussions can't just be here in the B Cup live coffee talk. They must be in our community. So please, after this, if any of you are not part of our community, follow that link from Stacy and join it, because I'm not always around to be a crazy nut trampa. Blah, I'm not. That said, Stacy, Rachel, and Ty are around a lot, and they really monitor our room. So take this discussion out of here today and take it into our community room and continue this discussion. Please put a link to the group, Stace. She put it up higher, but she'll put it again. So you just asked to join the group. Tell us who you are. If we don't think you're a wingnut, which means a wingnut means a troll, an attacker, somebody who doesn't understand how to have dialogue, okay, then you can't come into the group. But if you're totally sweet, awesome, beautiful, compassionate, loving, want to have opinions and dialogue, you're more than welcome to join the group. But you can't be a wingnut. We don't let wingnuts in. We don't. Sorry. Find your own space, wingnuts. We don't have time. There's a lot of there's a lot of groups for wingnuts. You go over there, wingnuts, and we're going to fucking have our own amazing conversations about our vaginas. Oh my God. Oh my God. Today's a great day. Today's a great day. Today is a great day. Because you want to know why today's a great day? Because you and me are alive. We're alive. We get to create. We get to walk. Don't forget that. We take life for granted. Okay? We take so much. The fact that you get to wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, talk about your vagina to a bunch of strangers. You're not really strangers, but you know what I mean. To a bunch of people on the internet is amazing. Is amazing. You are blessed to be alive today. Remember that. Don't waste time. Don't waste time digging yourself into the hole of fear. Don't waste time of digging your hole into this idea that you cannot be. You can be anything you want to be. Yes, Rochelle on YouTube says, scream about your pussy and your dick. Scream about it. It's yours. Stacy says, okay, better. Do you have to be trans to join the group? More than half of the group, Stacy. What do you think? More than half the group is probably cisgender. Probably more. Probably more. More coffee, less foam. I like foam, actually. Yes, Yvonne, having a grateful heart is important. Elizabeth says, you know, Buck, there are free chat sites where you can make a room and be free to show your body and talk. Yeah, I totally know that, Elizabeth, but here's the deal. Facebook and YouTube reach an audience that I wouldn't reach in a room like that. I need to reach a younger generation. It's not important for me to sit here naked. You can Google me and see a billion pictures of me naked. I make pornography. My body is out there. You want to see my vagina? Go ask for it on Google and they'll give it to you. It's that simple. That said, these rooms are more important. YouTube is more important. Facebook, because I'm reaching youngsters. Youngsters are in this room right now. I know they are. Even though I say pussy, dick, they need to hear it. We need to even let youngsters know, yes, your body is okay, my friend. Your 17-year-old trans body is amazing. Don't be shamed around your body. Don't be. If anyone shames you, you come to Trample. I will take care of it. And you know what? In your school system, if you are having problems in your school system with being able to change in your choice of locker room, you come to me now because I will make sure I fucking show up there and that shit gets changed. You have every right to change, be naked, be in an environment as a person with your own body. They are not allowed to shame you around your body. They are not allowed to tell you that your body is not male or female. They are not allowed to do that because we're going to get now down to the nitty gritty. And the nitty gritty is this. What's the name of the show today? What does transitioning even mean? What does transitioning mean? Can anyone answer that for me while I have a sip of my coffee? What is transitioning? What is that? What is that? Have we defined it? Is there an actual definition for I am transitioning? Is there an actual definition? Now, I'm going to have a coffee and shut up for a minute. I'm going to give you my opinion of what transitioning means. There you go, Jerry's brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Being your authentic self. Becoming, Nate, becoming comfortable in who you are between your body and soul. Francisca, being better than before. That's a good one. That's a good one. Listen, I love all of that. And every single, Laura says, Sean, is it because there's a lot of pain and shame that people just take out on each other? Yeah. The group is based on love and acceptance, all what Buck speaks. Yes. Yvonne says, aren't we all transitioning in our own way? I was waiting for it, Yvonne. I'm transitioning into being a mom for adults. Matthew says, transitioning is becoming the person you want to become, like a caterpillar becomes a butterfly. Kylie says, accepting who you are. Charlie says, noun, movement, passage, or change from one position, state, stage, subject, concept, to another. To another. Liz says, transitioning equals transforming the outer shell into who you feel like on the inside. All of your answers are correct. All of your answers are correct. You want to know why I think they're all correct? Because transitioning has nothing to do with gender. Unless you want it to be part of your gender. Transitioning is not only a word for the transgender community, by the way. The transgender community, full of its ego, believes that it invented so many things. Just so you know, good morning, Lauren. Just so you know, transitioning has been around for a long fucking time. Way before you kids came onto the scene. Transitioning is so many things. It has nothing to do with just being transgender. I'm transitioning every single day of my life. Every single day of my life, I transition to another level of acceptance, another level of understanding, another level of maybe accepting my body, another level of all kinds of shit in my life. So transitioning does not necessarily mean I am transitioning from a female to a male. I am transitioning to become trans, to become trans. This is something I hear a lot of in the language of the younger generation. I am becoming trans. That's okay if that's what you want to do and that's how you want to identify, but that's not what everybody is doing when they're transitioning. So this idea that now you have co-opted in a sense the word transitioning as if that is only a word that can mean anything about. I love that you guys are all asking for the community group. Thank you so much. Charlie says, I'm transitioning during this podcast from a grumpy cow to a relaxed happy bee. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So let's just talk about this thing that's happening within our community, right? Within our community, the divide, right? The divide between an older generation and a younger generation, which should not be. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of the fact that I have made a divide. 100% I take complete, total responsibility for that. I have divided myself. Morgan says, I think the divide is partially due to the evolution of language. Yes, I do too. But also because society's relationship to gender is in a great state of flux. And the older generation who has done so much work for visibility and inclusion feels like the younger generation, yes, is taken advantage or just oblivious to how far things have come and how many have suffered and died. It's hard to meet in the middle when each generation... That's a brilliant explanation, my friend, and it's exactly what is happening. It is exactly what is happening, my friend. That is just... You said it, Morgan. Right on. Right on. There it is. Stacy just put it. So, here's the deal. We must start to respect each other's identifications. We must start to respect each other's idea of what it means to transition. And that's from both sides. I have been very guilty in creating a divide between my idea of what transitioning is or transsexual and what their idea is. Until one day I just realized, why am I even fighting them? It's their idea. It's their choice. It's what they want to do. And then I realized, I know why I am, because they're coming at me like this. It's the fault of everyone. Everyone in this community has a part in the divide. Not just me, not just you, not just us, we. We need to find whoever is kind of the people who are talking for that younger generation and the people who are talking for the older generation, the sort of like people who are heading the tribes, need to come together and sit down and have a discussion and start to understand we can help each other. Don't we even know that? I need to open the door. It's hot. Either I open the door or I take my shirt off. What should I do? Should I open the door or should I take my shirt off? It's up to you guys. I don't know if you're sick and tired of seeing my naked body or if you'd rather have the door open. So this really, yes, you guys can't see the link. It's called Love, Community, and Conversation. Ty, put it on. Thank you, Ty, very much, my friend. So, shirt off, Stacy. You don't count. I bet every single one of you, shirt off. You guys are dirty, dirty, dirty. So, listen. Then I will take the shirt off because it is sweaty and hot in here. So, so listen. I'm 55. I'm very proud of being 55. I'm very proud of the fact that I made it to 55, okay? I'm very proud of my body. You know that. You know that. I am proud of my body. That's not an egotistical statement. That's not narcissism. That's not at all. What it is being confident and proud in the body that I was always told wasn't masculine, that I was always told wouldn't be masculine, that I was... So in a sense, and in a way, I needed to prove people wrong when they told me I could not be a man. And I sculpted my body to be as masculine, and it's my idea, my identification, to sculpt my body as masculinized as I could in order for me to walk the world to show everybody, really? I know you think I'm a man, but let me just tell you a little story. It works every time. People cannot believe that I was born as a woman. They cannot believe it. But what does that do when I have these conversations? It says to people, oh, wow, I don't know anything. I know nothing. There are people walking the world that used to be women that look like men. There are people walking the world that have vaginas and a masculinized body. Yes. Yes. And guess what happens? Hi, Alex. And guess what happens? People's minds are blown and changed forever. Forever. Let me tell you this. Do you know how many friends I've made throughout the world? You guys know how much I travel. I'm a talker. I sit down next to people. I say, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Next thing you know, we're talking. Next thing you know, I'm telling them my life story. Next thing you know, I'm exchanging business cards. Next thing you know, I get fucking emails. It was amazing to meet you on the plane. I Googled you. I think this is what I'm talking about. I want to teach you all. If you're not in this space, some of you might be in this space. Some of you might not. Some of you might want to be in this space. I want you to have what I have, which is the ease of walking the world without giving a fuck what anybody thinks about you. And you want to know how you get that confidence? Want to know how? I'm going to tell you in a minute. I'm going to tell you in a minute. But first, let me have a sip of my coffee. They're learning this in Kansas, my friend. They're learning it everywhere. People still don't know. People still don't know. Thank you, Hillary. I'm 55. I'll be 56 next year. Will I? Yeah. 55, 56. Wow. And then I'll be 60. Can you imagine when I'm 60? Holy crap. So listen. What was I going to tell you right now? I was going to tell you something, and I totally forgot what I was going to tell you. So yeah, just look for love, community, and conversation. There you go. So, I want to get back to this, but I got to go soon because I'm leaving to go to San Francisco for Folsom, okay? I followed a role model. I'm not a role model. I'm not a leader. I'm not a leader of this community. I'm not a leader of anybody. Oh, right. Thanks, Leah. Trampot 55 gets so crazy and I lose my train of focus. I just lose it sometimes. I'm going to tell you how I got my self-confidence. I'm going to tell you, we're going to put after the show, we're going to put the link up. I don't know why you guys are having a problem finding the link. You're 54, Alex. Right on. Listen, how did I get my confidence in the world? How did I do it? Every single day I walked through that fear. It's not easy. I did not become this man like that, where some people think that. I'm privileged, I'm white, I'm masculine, Nope. I invented this in order for me to walk through the world. It wasn't handed to me. It wasn't handed to me at all. Nobody gave me this. I had to fight for this like a motherfucker. People put me in mental hospitals. People told me I was sick. People gave me antidepressants. People gave me all kinds of medication. They put me in a psychiatric hospital. I was homeless. I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. Can you see? Which one do I want to show you? I don't know. Can you see? Where? Right here. Can you see? Probably not. Let me see. Can you see? Hold on one second. I want you to see this. Where is my arm? Can you kind of see the scars right there? Those scars are from what? Those scars are from what? Those scars are from me cutting myself. Cutting myself. Why did I cut myself? Why did I cut myself? Because I hated myself. I hated myself. I cut myself. I drank. I took pills. I tried to kill myself. I tried to drink myself down. But guess what? I found the space that I needed to be in, which was to transition from a woman to a man and become this man. And through this transition, that is my transition, that I figured out how to create my body, not your body, that I figured out what's the body that's going to take me through the world where I feel amazing and confident, and I created my body. I created my body. This is how I did it. I walked through the fear. I had a complete, total understanding of who and what I wanted to be. Through the diversity and the anger and the intolerance of not only my community, but the medical world, I continued to push through that fear because in my brain, I knew I now had the opportunity to become a man of my dreams, the man I wanted to be. You know who the man that is. Hold up right there. We're going to bring him in. Hold up. Guess who's coming in? My man. My man. This is who I wanted to be. And this is who I became. I became G.I. Joe. Because this was the person that I always saw when I was a kid, that I always was just obsessed with G.I. Joe. I'm upset. I still am upset. Do you know G.I. Joe, in a sense, saved my life? In the 70s, I didn't have any of what we see today in the 70s. Okay, in the 60s. I was born in 1962. And in the 70s, when I was a young boy, I didn't have what we have today. I had dolls. Thank God my parents... Do you see what that is? It's the key to my file cabinet, because G.I. Joe holds on to the things that nobody else can have. Listen, my role model is G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, in a sense, saved my life. Because there was this idea that I can be. Do you guys know one thing, a big secret about G.I. Joe? Can I tell you? Let me just read a little bit of these comments here, because they're important comments. Sean says, you may not claim leadership, but you cannot deny many listens and respond to your actions. I know, and reaction, since you were the first trans person, and I understand that, and thank you so much. I was on the verge of making us. Thank you, my friend Sean. But to take on a leadership role, it says a lot to me, and I understand that my voice is powerful, and I understand some of the things I must say to you can hurt you, or can actually make you not feel good about yourself, or can, because I'm rough. I'm rough. I'm very rough. I know that about myself. But I need to be rough. I need to be direct to you. I need not to worry about whether or not I'm hurting your feelings. I need to be able to speak authentically to you. I need to... Are you autistic? Mitchell asks if I'm autistic. No, I don't think so. I've never been diagnosed with autism, but why would you ask that? That said, I need to be able to say to you what I want to say. I don't think, Christy, I know I would like to know why you would ask me if I'm autistic. Mitchell, we're waiting for you. So do you understand what I'm saying? I know that sometimes I'm very hard with you guys. I know that sometimes I say things that might set you off or trigger you or make you feel uncomfortable. I've had people come on here and say that to me and say how rude and disrespectful I am. Okay? You know the secret, Ty. Ty knows the secret. Ty blew it. The best secret about G.I. Joe. Oh, I already pulled his pants down. The best secret about G.I. Joe. Look, the best secret about G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe has a vagina. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. G.I. Joe has a vagina. Do you know that I didn't even realize that until I became older and my lady friend bought me this 1970s authentic G.I. Joe? And then I realized when I pulled, because what's the first thing I did when I got him? I pulled his pants down. I pulled his pants down. Right? And then I was like, G.I. Joe has a vagina. It speaks volumes to who I am today. In a very, very, very way the fuck back there, in a subconscious way, I saw G.I. Joe's vagina. I saw it in my little 10-year-old boy brain. I saw it. And it helped me. Subconsciously, that thing was put in the back of my brain. And as I grew into this man, and I grew into this man, and I grew into this man, now, I became Buck Angel, a man with a vagina. So, Mitchell, we are not really worrying about whether or not I'm autistic or if I have Downs, which is a very interesting thing. And I'm not sure if you're trying to insult me, because I don't want to say it's insulting to say I'm autistic or I have Downs, because that's not whatever. But let me just say it to you one time. And I'll say it to you one time and you can stop saying it, or we're going to ask you to leave because you're destroying our conversation. No, I don't have autism. No, I don't have Downs. No, I don't have any of the things that you might think I have. I have been not diagnosed with any psychological, problems. I'm extremely healthy. I know exactly who I am. I'm very focused. And in no way do I have any psychological problems, or have I been diagnosed with anything other than the fact that I have passion. I'm a passionate man. I'm a man who wants to make change in the world. I'm very secure in who I am. I know exactly who and what I am. So when you ask me, do I have Downs? And I say no. And when you ask me if I'm autistic and I say no, we're done. You don't have to ask anymore. You don't have to ask me if I've been diagnosed with bipolar. You don't need to ask me if I've been diagnosed as any kind of thing, because I haven't been. I'm completely, totally, 100% off of drugs. I don't take any psychological medications. I use cannabis for my anxiety. I own a cannabis business called PrideCannabis.com, which you're more than welcome to check out. I believe in cannabis as a way to help with anxiety, pain, anti-inflammatory. There. That said, we no longer have to talk about whether or not I'm autistic or if I have Downs. Now, I'm just going to admit that I'm not really sure if you are saying that to be disrespectful or if you're saying that because you really actually think it. But in any case, it doesn't matter. Take it off of here. If you have a question about my health, send it to me in a private message, and we'll move on, okay? So now we're done. So now let's get back to what I was talking about. I know, you guys, kids, all of you love me, and I'm watching you all huddle around me and try to push that guy out of here. But don't worry about it. You guys know I deal with these people all the time. I'm a professional. You can't hurt my... And I'm not even sure if he's trying to hurt my feelings or if he's just actually really thinking I'm autistic, because I'm so passionate. You know, people, here's the deal. People make assumptions about people all the time. We all do it. Yeah, Ty. Ty says, it seems to me that he is being very disrespectful to you. Yeah, he probably is, but do you think I give a shit? No, I don't fucking care. Oh, hi, Dom. My kid's in the house. I don't care. Be disrespectful all you want. You're the one who's making a fool out of yourself by asking those questions. Not us. We're focused here, my friend. Why do you think the B Cup has thousands of views? Because people want to hear what we have to say. This show isn't about me. I'm just the guy who has the voice. You see, I speak to my people here. I read what you're saying to me, okay? Rochelle's telling me not to feed the trolls. Okay, Rochelle, I guess I have to, yeah, I know it only encourages them to breed. You are so right. Anyways, it's okay. Let's get back to what I was talking about because I really got to go. Now it's 9:15. But I think you as moderators have every right to actually remove those people, okay, from the group. So as Stacy, Ty, do your thing. If you need to remove people, remove them. That's your thing. I don't have time to be removing these people. Okay, so I'm gonna go because I have too many people messaging me right now. Okay, so I'm going to San Francisco. I'm going to be at Folsom. I'm doing a bunch of parties. I will be at the Perfect Fit booth. Okay, I'll be at the Perfect Fit booth releasing. Okay, 2 new toys for the trans male community. I'm releasing all kinds of amazing stuff this year for us. For us. Okay? Here's what I want to say before I go. I love you guys a lot. You mean the world to me. We must stick together. We cannot have this divide between our younger generation and our older generation. What it means to transition is a very specific thing for each and every one of us. There is no way to transition. Only you know how to transition. There is no specific definition for transitioning. There is a definition for you. And that's whatever defines you. That's whatever defines you. Okay? It's not the definition. You're not the definition of an umbrella term. Do you see what I'm getting to? We've become an umbrella term because some people in this community want to lump us all together. Why do we want to be lumped together? I am different than you. You are different than me. What do you think makes the goddamn world go around? Independent, individuality, difference, opinions. This is what makes the world run. This is what makes the world. Once we start to tell people how to speak, how to act, what do you think is the fuck happening in this goddamn country of the United States of America? We have been told how to act, how to eat, how much health care we can have, what kind of job you can have, what you can smoke, what you can't smoke, what you can drink, how old you are, when you can start. Do you realize that? We have been told in this country how to be. And what has happened because of that? We are in a fucking shithole. The exact same thing is happening within the transgender community. This idea of umbrella term is bullshit. And I am not an umbrella term. You are not an umbrella term. You are an individual human being before you are a transgender person. If your only identity is a transgender person, you are lost, my friend. Because it isn't who you are. It is a part of who you are. If you first and foremost don't understand that you are a human being before you are a transgender person, you will never get anywhere. Let go of this idea that trans is just who you are. It isn't who you are. It's a part of who you are. When you say we are all an umbrella term, that takes the individuality out of who you are. I am not an umbrella term. I want you to say Buck is a transsexual man. I don't want you to say Buck is a transgender man, which is an umbrella term for transsexual, which fits under this bullshit. Fuck you. Who said you can tell me that I am that? And this is the part that is dangerous and why the older generation is arguing with the younger generation. Because there's no respect in between. There's no respect in between. We are being told that we are. Who is telling us that? And why are we even having the discussion? There are so many more important parts of transitioning than your identity as a trans person. I'm going to tell you this before I go because it's very important for me to tell you this. What does it mean for you to transition? What are you looking for? What do you think will change in your life by transitioning? What is the definition of transition to you? Who and what are you? Before you even decide to transition, fucking sit down with your own self without the rest of the community. Think about what it means. What are you going to get out of it? What is it that you desire? How do you want to sculpt yourself? Do you not even care about your physical being? Do you only care about your internal being? That's okay too. That's okay too. But do this homework and do it now. If you are thinking of transitioning, if you are thinking that you're trans, if you're thinking that you're all those things, sit with yourself without the influence of your friends, without the influence of the community, without the influence of anybody, and sit with yourself and say, what does it mean to me? What will this do for me? What will I accomplish? Will it change my life? Or do I just need to go to therapy and talk to somebody about the fact that I'm not really connected to my vagina? But that doesn't make me a female. I'm just not connected to my vagina. That's one example. Just because you're not connected to one part of your body doesn't mean you're not or are trans. Everybody, hi Smash, everybody's definition should be different. Should be different. Your idea of being a transgender person is different than my idea of being a transsexual person. But guess what? We're still family. We still love each other. We still respect each other's choices. This is such a basic understanding of community. That cat is trying to get into my house. And that, hold on one second. Obama. You better, who's digging at my door? Is that you? Obama is the name of the cat. I'm going to show you Obama. I can't do it on YouTube. Obama, where are you? Look at Obama. Obama is a bad cat because Obama tries to get into my house and Obama isn't my cat. And I heard him going on my screen. Not cool. I must go. Got a lot to do. Got to get out of here. I hope you heard me. Did you hear me? If you are even thinking of transitioning, if you are even thinking of moving forward in a transitional period of your life, what does it mean to you? Look at me, kids. I care about you. I love you. I want to make sure that you understand what it means to transition and your own identity and transitioning through your own identity, not through the rest of what the community wants you to be. You do not have to follow any guideline. There is no guideline. There is nothing but you making a choice to change your life for the better. And if transitioning isn't going to change your life for the better, you probably want to hold off on it for a minute. Because transitioning is a life-changing experience. It's not, I'm going to transition, but I'm not really sure. Is it really what I want to do? You're allowed to think all that. I encourage you to question yourself. I encourage you to say, am I making the right choice? I did that. Are you fucking kidding me? Do you think I just said, okay, doctor, shove testosterone in me? No way. I was freaked out. I was fucking panicking. You guys. I was like, oh my God. Do you know what I said to myself? Yes, Smash says it's not going to fix your life. Do you know what I did? I said to myself this, and I'm going to go. I said this to myself when I first took testosterone 20 years ago, and no internet existed. I didn't have photographs of transgender men. I didn't have any idea of what I was going to look like. I was the first patient for my doctor. And he stuck testosterone in my body, and I said to myself, if this doesn't work, I will just kill myself. That's what I said. Thinking back on it, I'm like, holy shit, I actually said that. I said to myself, If I don't like what's happening with this testosterone, it's my last and only option I have in order to remove or to be the person I want to be. But I have no idea. I'm blindly doing this. I'm blindly going there. I don't know if I'm going to look like an alien. I don't know if I'm going to look like an elephant. I don't know if it's going to make my arms strong. I don't know. Nobody knew. And exactly what I said to myself was, I will kill myself. That was always my idea. I will kill myself if it doesn't work. I don't want you to think that. I don't ever want you to think that. I don't ever want you to have that thought in your brain. And you shouldn't have that thought in your brain. Because I had that thought in my brain. And I'm telling you that you don't have to have that thought in your brain, because you don't have to take testosterone if it's not what you want to do. You don't have to have surgery if it's not what you want to do. You don't have to do anything. You just have to find your space. And that's all you need to do, my friends. And with that, I'm going because I'm getting a billion messages. I'm going to let YouTube go first. I love you guys. Stay strong, stay smart, stay focused, keep going. Don't let anybody tell you who you are. You are who you are. This community needs to come back to love and acceptance. I'm telling you right now, if we don't do it, we won't. Okay? So there. I love you guys. Take care of yourself.